Hello friends, today we are going to solve very important numerical of your chapter direct and bending stresses. So we have a question over here, that is a rectangular column section with ABCD having side AB and CD equals to 400 mm, BC and AD equal to 300 mm, and it carries a compressive load of 300 kilonewton at corner B. So find stresses at each corner ABCD and draw a stress distribution diagram for each side. So we know that where direct and bending stress will develop, if your load is act at a center, then your direct stress will be produced, and if your load is not acting at a center, or you can say at the axis of your body, at the central axis of your body, then it will produce a bending stress. Okay, it will produce a bending stress and direct stress both. Okay, so we'll try to draw a figure first, so we'll understand the terminology for the same. So we have a rectangular section, so let us draw a rectangular section for the same. Okay, so this is our rectangular section with A, B, C and D edges. Okay, where AB equals to CD equals to 400, let us draw an axis of this. Okay, so AB equals to CD equals to 400, so AB equals to, this is your XX and YY, so this is your 400 mmH, and BC and AD equals to 300 mm. Okay, it carries a compressive load of 300 kilonewton at corner B. Now, so at corner B we have a 300 kilonewton load is acting. This is my P value, that is 300 kilonewton. So this type of loading is called as a eccentric loading. This type of loading where your load is not acting at the center of your body, then it is called as a eccentric load. Okay, and distance for which is called as a eccentricity. Okay, eccentric distance, that is called. So we have a distance over here, that is this P over here. So that distance is, this is your from center, this is EX, eccentric distance, and this distance is EY, because we have two axes, this load is not acting as a center. So you can write that your P is equals to 300 kilonewton and EX is equals to, this is EX, center from here, so half of that, so 400 half, that is 200 mm, and EY is 150 mm. See, this is the question related to your column. Okay, because column will fail in bending, or you can say buckling. So it is not always that your load is act at a center only. Sometimes if your extra load will act at not at center and at any other point of your column, then there are chances of your bending in column. So to prevent that, we also need to consider the reinforcement because of your eccentric loading. So whatever the moment which is generated, okay, that we need to calculate. So for a moment we require a stress which is produced in a body, so that stress we will calculate from the loading itself. Okay, in your column design also uniaxial bending and biaxial bending comes in picture. Okay, so that we need to consider. This is just a question of your biaxial bending. Okay, so that was the design part. this is the analysis part. Okay, so we have to calculate the stresses at each corner because of this loading. So what we are trying to calculate, that is, we are trying to calculate the stresses because of each corner, sorry, stresses at each corner because of this loading. So it is obvious that at this point your stress value will be more compared to your any other points, because your load is acting at this point only. Okay, so because of this loading, direct stress is also produced and bending stress is also produced. So we need to consider your direct and bending stress both. So stress is common equation is that your direct stress plus or minus your bending stress is in both the direction, that is in x direction and in y direction both. Okay, so this is all about your question which is to be asked. You need to calculate, and lastly we need to draw a diagram for the same. Okay, so you know that the formula for the direct stress, that is P by A, and bending stress formula, that is also you know that common formula, that is M by Z, where Z is equals to I by Y. Okay, this is the common formula. Okay, so for I, this is also for a x direction and for a y direction. Direct stress is acting directly, so no axis we need to consider. So first we'll calculate. So we have a formula over here for a B also, and so Bx also, bending in x direction and bending in y direction. Okay, so first we'll calculate direct stress. So how we'll calculate the direct stress first? So sigma 0 is equals to P by A, direct stress, your first calculation. Okay, so see, your P is 300 into 10⁻³ because it's load in kilonewton. We are calculating stress is in Newton per mm square. So area of this, the whole rectangle, that is B into D, 400 into 300. So this answer will be 2.5 Newton per mm square, right? So next is to calculate your bending stress. Now bending stress in both the direction, in x direction and in y direction. So first we'll take for a x direction, so sigma bx, bending stress in x direction, is m by z, common formula, is equals to m by I into y. This is also common formula. Now what is m? We will write this over here. What is m? Moment is force into perpendicular distance. So whatever your moment will be generated because of this point load into your x axis, that we need to consider, Okay, so moment for x, that is this force P. Remember this force, what we are calculating for a x axis. So for a x axis, this point load into this vertical distance. So this distance for a bx, that is for a m, P force into perpendicular distance, that is E, this E, but which, that is E y. This force we are calculating for x axis, and this is the distance and this is the force. So this force into this perpendicular distance, remember this force into this perpendicular distance. So this is a confusing portion in this numerical, little bit confusing. Okay, so P into Ey divided by, now what is I is also in a xx direction. Okay, and this y, you know that y is your d by 2. Your y is d by 2 for a x and b by 2 for a y. So this is your formula for Bx. Now what is your formula for By? Okay, so that is again m by I into y. So this is again opposite of this. This is your y-axis. So this is your force into perpendicular distance. So this is P into Ex divided by I y into P by 2. So before starting this calculation, okay, we need to calculate first. We have everything, but we need to calculate Ixx and Iyy first. So how you calculate Ixx? So let us try to calculate over here only. So this is your Ixx. You know that is BD cube by 12 and DB cube by 12. So Ixx is BD cube by 12. So this is 400 into 300 cube divided by 12. So this answer will be 9 into 10 raised to 8 mm raised to 4. Now Iyy is equals to DB cube by 12. So this is again 300 into 400 cube divided by 12 is equals to 16 into 10 raised to 8 mm raised to 4. Now we'll put these two values in this equation. Okay, so first we have these two equations. Okay, so I will write over here, that is sigma Bx is equals to P into Ey divided by Ixx into D by 2. Okay, so P we are having, that is 300 kilonewton. So 300 into 10 raised to 3. Okay, into Ey is 150. Ey is 150 this distance. Okay, and divide by Ix we have calculated, that is 9 into 10 raised to 8 into D by 2, that is 150. 300 divided by 2. So this answer will be 7.5 Newton per mm square. So this is sigma Bx. Okay, so now what is sigma By? So we have an equation, that is P into Ex divided by Iyy into B by 2. So P is again 300 into 10 raised to 3 into 200 divided by Iyy is 16 into 10 raised to 8 into 400 divided by 2, that is 200. So this answer sigma By will be 7.5 Newton per mm square. So these two value. So we have to calculate final stresses because of this loading. So we have to add direct stress and bending stress both. Direct stress and this bending stress both. We have a direct stress value over here, that is 2.5. Bending stress value we are having. So total stress, as I told you, that is total stress is equals to sigma 0 plus or minus sigma Bx plus or minus sigma By. Why plus or minus sign is that? Okay, so if we have to calculate like a quadrant, so let us take, this is a plus plus, this is a minus minus, this is a plus minus, and this is a minus plus. Okay, so if we try to calculate, then first we'll start with, let us draw a small diagram over here, that is your A, B, C and D. Okay, this is your 300 kilonewton. Okay, so let us try for first corner B. So at corner B. Okay, so at corner B, try to write a equation for this final equation. Stresses at B is equals to sigma 0 plus first quadrant at B plus we have taken plus sigma bx plus sigma b y. So this is 2.5 plus 7.5 plus 7.5. Both value we are getting as the same value, that is 7.5, 7.5. So this answer 17.5 Newton per mm square. First answer we are getting at B corner, that is 17.5. Now at corner B we have calculated. So this is the point of loading. This is your eccentric load. At this point your load is acting. So but obvious, at this point your loading value, stress value should be more, and another at 3 point your value will be less compared to this value. So your answer of stress at A, D and C will be less value than your 17.5 value. Okay, so this is your which value? We will say that this is your compressive value. Okay, now second is at corner C. Okay, so at corner C, this is minus minus, plus minus and minus plus. So plus minus. So what is the plus sign represent? X plus and y minus. So stress is equals to sigma 0 plus plus sigma bx minus sigma by. So 2.5 plus 7.5 minus 7.5. So this answer is 2.5 Newton per mm square. Okay, this is again a compressive value. This is again a compressive value. Okay, so if we try to calculate for corner D. Okay, so at corner D, minus value. So stress is equals to sigma 0 minus sigma bx minus sigma by. Okay, so this is 2.5 minus 7.5 minus 7.5. So this answer will be your which value? Minus 12.5 Newton per mm square. Okay, so stresses at D you are getting, that is which value? This value is a minus, so this is a tensile value. Opposite corner we are getting the minus value. Okay, so and last at corner A. So stresses equation is minus plus sigma 0 minus sigma bx minus sigma by. So this is 2.5, sorry, this is plus minus 2.5 minus 7.5 plus 7.5. So this answer will be 2.5 Newton per mm square. So this is again a which value? Your compressive value. Done. So next at a question we have been asked, then draw stress distribution diagram at each side. We have calculated the stress. Now we'll draw a stress distribution diagram. Okay, so we'll draw a figure at the last. So this is our rectangular portion, that is A, B, C and D. Okay, this is your 400 mm edge and this is your 300 mm. At B we are getting a value that is 17.5. So this B portion at AB span also and BC span also. So we'll draw for both of them. Okay, so at B point we are getting this 17.5. see, we have a axis over here, is upward positive, downward negative. So this is 17.5. if you look at from this side, this is positive, this bottom is negative. For a BC, if you look at from this side, then this is upward positive, downward negative. Okay, so here at B and C also both value are positive value. Only at D portion we are getting the negative value at this region only, but otherwise your all values will be positive. Okay, so this is again a 17.5 value. Okay, so if we calculate for C, next is C corner, so that is 2.5, that is a positive value. Okay, so this is again a, so this is your 2.5 value. So your stress diagram is like this. Okay, where this value is a positive values, this is a 17.5 and this is 2.5. again we'll complete this portion. Okay, so this is at A we are getting 2.5 plus value, so this is like this, this is 17.5 and this will be 2.5 plus value. Okay, now at D we are getting a negative value, so we'll draw this line first. Oh, sorry, so we'll not consider this line, so we'll, okay, let us take start from C. we are getting a positive value, that is 2.5 again, and at D we are getting minus 12.5, so this line will be minus 12.5 and we'll draw the diagram like this. Don't consider this line. So this is your minus value and this is your plus. How this is minus and plus? If you look at from this side, okay, this is your CD portion, where this is your line, reference line, where upward positive and downward negative. This is your 2.5 and then this is your 12.5. So we'll write over here, this is a 2.5 and this is your 12.5, but your minus value. Remember that this is a minus value. Okay, now same for this case, that is, if we draw a line over here, this is your minus value and this is again a 2.5 value which is plus, so your diagram will be like this. I will explain how. Okay, so if you look at from this side, okay, so this value is plus and this value is minus. Okay, we have to look from here. Okay, I will make a note over here. From here we have to look, from here, okay, like this and like this. Okay, so this is again a 12.5 value minus, which is, and this is 2.5. so this is your, what you can say, your stress distribution diagram. Okay, so here you are getting a larger value. Why? Because at this point your load is being acting. Okay, and at this point you are getting the maximum negative value because it is the opposite edge of this point. Okay, this point, this is opposite edge. So here you are getting a maximum compressive value and here you are getting a maximum tensile value. So this point will be compressed more and this point will be tensile more, and these are your balance points. So your load will be equally divided, not you can say equally, but at here your stress value will be more, and another point your stress will be value will be your minimum value. So this is all about your direct and bending stress numerical for a rectangular section, the most important question which is generally asked in your examination, and this is used in design of your column generally. So this is all about your question. Thank you.